Perryville Pirates are coming off a 5-5 2015 campaign where they went 1-3 in conference, but so far 2016 has not been so kind to them. Starting quarterback Brandon Renaud broke his ankle a few weeks ago and it required surgery. He'll miss the beginning of the season. However, despite all that, there's still optimism here at Pirates camp.
Anthony Caruthers of Bonne Terre, who was arrested previously and is currently facing charges in the murder of Michael Van Stavern, is now facing more charges. Recently, felony escape from custody was added to his case following his attempt to break out of the St. Francis County Jail along with his cellmate. According to court documents, both Caruthers and his cellmate Frederick Hall of Caledonia were caught by the Sheriff's Department attempting to try to remove a section of the jail wall. Hall was being held at the time on a controlled substance charge and now, too, faces felony escape from custody charges. Caruthers has already confessed to the murder of Michael Van Stavern and is scheduled for his preliminary hearing on March 7th. For Regional Radio, I'm Sean Malone. Garrett Dix, however, doesn't have too much experience playing quarterback.
One time in the 7th grade.
One time as in one game or one pass?
One game in the 7th grade. And then last year I got one drive.
Off the bat, it looked like it was going to be a solid sacrifice hit from Kramer Robertson, but the ball just died on him and came in shallow, and Taylor was still able to come in and get it. Lacey pulls the first pitch into left center field, and this one is going to drop down for a base hit. One run will come in and score. Washington comes in and scores. Into second safely is Blake Lacey with a bit of an awkward slide. It's a 2 RBI double from the shortstop from USC.
It was the end of an era for the St. Vincent Indians last season when four-year starting quarterback Joe Whistler played his final game. However, for every sunset, there is a sunrise, and a new era will begin for the Indians. Tyler Munier has been named the starting quarterback for the 2016 season. The Mineral Area College baseball team earned a pair of victories at Three Rivers yesterday afternoon. In the first contest, MAC coach Blake Jones says they cruised to a 7-2 victory behind the arm of Logan Winder.
Logan Winder started the game. He ended up throwing 5 innings for him, threw the ball really well. Logan, he was in control of the game.
In the second game of the day, the Cardinals' offense exploded for a 14-3 win. The game was close with a 5-3 MAC lead through the fifth frame, but during the sixth, the MAC Bats blasted the game wide open.
We had 2 innings back-to-back. We put up a 4 spot. I think it's a 6 or 7, and then we put up a 6 spot the next inning and kind of took charge from there. But we swung the bats really well today. It was kind of all the way up and down the lineup. Guys contributed. It was a really good day offensively.
The 8-6 Cardinals return to the Diamond on Saturday with another doubleheader scheduled against Three Rivers at Hal Lowry Field beginning at noon. On February 23rd, Alexis Hurst reportedly was in an argument with her husband earlier in the night when he left the house and ignored her calls. He later returned and asked the argument be put off until the following morning. After that, Hurst held him at knife point in the kitchen so he would listen because she was tired of being ignored. Hurst was making forward stabbing motions toward her husband anytime he made an aggressive move. Hurst's husband was able to disarm her before she grabbed another knife. He then disarmed her again using a baby gate as a shield. Their 2-year-old daughter was in the kitchen at the time of the incident. Alexis Hurst was arrested and held at the Washington County Jail on a $30,000 bond. She is barred from having contact with her husband or daughter or entering their home pending court action. For Regional Radio, I'm Sean Malone. 56-year-old Timothy Duncan of Park Hills has been arrested and charged with felony statutory sodomy and felony child molestation. On December 13th, a pair of girls were interviewed by the Children's Advocacy Center in Farmington. One girl who is below the age of 12 stated that on November 23rd, she was at Duncan's residence at the 400 block of Watt Street in Park Hills. The alleged victim said she was sleeping on an L-shaped couch and that Duncan was on the other end. She claims that Duncan removed her clothes, touched her inappropriately, and then sexually assaulted her. The next day, Duncan allegedly exposed himself to the victim and asked her to perform sexual acts, but she refused. During an interview with the second girl, who is younger than 14, she told investigators that Duncan had also touched her inappropriately and that Duncan asked that she touch him, but she refused. On December 14th, Duncan arrived at the Park Hills Police Department to be interviewed. After being told why he was there and informed of his Miranda rights, he elected to stay and talk. During the interview, Duncan denied touching the girls in an inappropriate manner and that he didn't know them,